All right, well, it is my 1 week review 6 months later. So I haven't had the best luck with the Tempest, but this is a Kickstarter, or was a Kickstarter project. So, early adopters, I was an early bird, things like that. We've already discussed all that. But, so I was planning on doing a 1 week later kind of follow up, or maybe a 2 week, I don't know. Can't remember. It's been 6 months. I honestly can't remember. I think I said like in the next week. But the video, I got it all pulled up here. The video was released May 20th. Okay. Now, there was a couple times this happened before my first email here, but I was deleting them from my email because I didn't think it was going to be a continued problem. But, so we have May 20th. May 27th, it says station offline. Then it came back up about 10, 20 minutes later. It's like, okay, just another hiccup. It had been happening like once every couple days, it would go offline, come back up. Go offline, come back up. So I didn't really know what to look for. But it was only for a couple days and only for a few minutes, so I didn't think it was a big deal. Then on the 27th, it went down twice. Then, if you look here, on the 28th, it went down, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 times on the 28th. The hub, or it says the station's offline. And it kept saying that over and over, right? So I'm like, it's getting worse. Then it only went off once on the it skipped the 29th. On the 30th, it only went down once. But it didn't come back up until the 31st. So it was down almost for the entire day. So then went off 1, 2, 3 times on the 31st. And then it went off for the last time on the 2nd of June. Not in a good way. Not in the problem fixed itself. It's the station went down and it never came back up. I've actually, show you here. I actually still have the first hub. If I plug this in, the LED, nothing. No power. I tried different USB adapters. I tried different cables. I tried like all sorts of stuff. I was trying all sorts because I was like, what am I doing wrong? Finally, I decided to email support. And that's one thing. So far, their support, when I get through all this video here, when I get through everything, the support has been top notch the entire time. Fantastic. So even if you do decide to give it a try and have issues, support, definitely just great. Okay. Emailed them. I was like, this is what's going on. Like a day or two, like maybe 24 hours. 24 hours, I got my first response saying, try different, blah, blah, blah. The stuff that I've already tried. I was like, I listed everything. I was like, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this, tried this. I'm out of ideas. They're like, okay, we're going to send you another one. Sweet. So a little bit later, get the new one in. So this is like over the course of like, say, a week there, then maybe a week to get it. I was doing stuff, didn't have time to get it all set back up again. So now we're pushing into July. I get that hub set up, kicks on, set it all up. Everything runs fine, connects Bluetooth, connects to the Wi-Fi, give them a signal, sweet, I'm back online. Yes, cool. Then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to let this thing run since the first video. It lasted like a week or two there. So I'm like, okay, I got to give it a couple of weeks to see if it's going to do it again, because I don't want to like, yeah, this only had one problem and it's great. Well, first offline again was, wait, let's see. Let's say, so it was July 20th that I got it online. And then July 27th is my first offline. And then offline. And then offline. Getting into August now. And the last, my timeline is a little, because I got a lot of different emails here. I just put all the Weatherflow stuff together. So August, September timeframe there, it happens again. The second hub goes down. This time, they're like, well, send in, we want the replacement hub back. So they actually asked for this one back. So I've got my original hub that's dead over here. Then I got a second replacement. So it was my third hub. Sent the second hub back to them. Then set the third one up. Got that connected. No big deal there. Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Had a little bit of trouble getting communication and whatnot, because I found out, I was thinking, if you remember, I set my hub up in the window, thinking, line of sight to the station. And I don't know if it was a heat thing, which I wouldn't, I've got tint on my windows that blocks heat coming in, things like that, UV rays, etc., etc. But I was like, okay, maybe it's just getting too hot. So I moved it from the window, the third one, moved from the window to my other room, just sitting on a table out in the corner of no windows, nothing, right? So I set it there. It started having problems. And I didn't know if it was anything to do with the wall, like the bad signal, things like that. I wouldn't think so, because the RSSI was like -50, which is good. It's goodish, good enough. So I took the station down, wiped it down, had a lot of bird poop and stuff like that on it. Wiped that down, checked everything on there, turned it off, turned it back on, brought it inside, got it connected, everything's good. I go put it back out there. A little while later, instead of the hub going offline, the station itself started going offline, coming back up, off, on, off. I checked it, and then all of a sudden it said the sensors failed. So I had like 2 or 3 sensors fail on that. Emailed them, got a response like a day or two, no big deal. Then they were like, try this, try this, try this. Did all that. And they're like, okay, we're going to send you a new one. Give us the old one back. So got a new station, not hub, station. Sent the old one back. Set up the new station. Set up the third hub. Everything's fine. Then I started losing connection to my Wi-Fi. So I moved it from up here on the second story, my access points downstairs, like against the wall. We're not even talking like 10 feet from my access point to where it was sitting. Like, I even took it off the shelf and put it on the floor, just trying to get the closest to it. And it wouldn't hold a decent signal. So I've moved it downstairs. I put it on my entertainment center on like a shelf or something. Now I've got like a -35 RSSI. Fantastic signal. It doesn't get much better than that. Like, I'd have to pretty much sit on top of my access point to get anything better. So that's great. My RSSI to the station is like somewhere 57, 60-ish, give or take, somewhere in there. So good enough for that. Everything's great, right? But now it's still doing it. It would run okay, and then it starts doing the red light. It felt like it was like losing Wi-Fi signal, but it was like it was rebooting itself. So this time, instead of emailing and just been like, instead of giving me another one, because apparently this is a constant thing, right? So after 3 hubs, I'm like, okay, there's going to be something wrong, something different, that every hub is going to have the same problem. Why? So I go on the forum, make a post saying, third time was not the charm. So I posted there. A couple people was like, yeah, I had that same problem. Yeah, I had that same problem. I'm like, sweet. What'd you do? They're like, one of the developers updated their firmware to a firmware that's currently not available. It's like I guess like a beta firmware, not version yet. It's like I'm on like 145, and I think they're saying that, yeah, we were on 147 and it was fixed. I'm like, okay, we'll try it. So I go to work, blah, blah, come back. I get a message, boom, check the forum. And it's like, all right, we've updated your firmware. See if that helps. That was like a couple of weeks ago. I haven't got a single email since then, since the last time it went off on 11. Let's see here. Okay. I've had it go offline one time. We had a power outage. Not their fault. Not their fault. Had a power outage on the 17th. It went offline there. But before that, 11/9 is the last time it went offline and back on. And I haven't had a single problem since. I have noticed the light turning red. I look at my uptime, and it would say like 5 or 6 minutes. I don't know if it's rebooting, power cycling, what it's doing. But it hasn't gone offline long enough to send an email to tell me that it's offline. I check my phone. It doesn't say like, oh, it's updated like X number of time ago. So if it's rebooting itself, it's quick, it's reconnecting, it's not affecting the station itself can hold data for so much time. I don't remember if it said it was 6 days or 6 hours. So we're 6. I feel like 6 was thrown around in there somewhere. And so it's still keeping all my data. It's, like I said, it's not long enough for it to notify me that it's even offline. Things like that. So 3 hubs, 2 stations later, I'm currently good. Now, as far as the accuracy goes, the problems are birds land on it. That gives a false, I've gotten a thing saying it's raining. I look outside, sunny day, little bird sitting on top of it. So it's a little sensitive there. Now that I kind of like have a feel for, I'm kind of like, I kind of want to try different weather stations from different companies and compare the accuracy across them. But I don't have anything to compare it to. I'm sorry. I don't have the accuracy of the rainfall, things like that. I don't have anything to compare it to besides like I can get a manual, like I can get a little rain gauge and probably mount it near it, I guess, and compare the differences, stuff like that. I've heard mixed reviews on Facebook from other users that, oh yeah, it's great, it's accurate. And then some people it's like, oh, it's super, it's like almost like a quarter, 3/4 inch off. That's a lot. But then some people are like, yeah, mine was that way. And then over time it learned. I don't know how that works. So it's been 6 months, like almost to the day, like 2 days ago was 6 months since I put out the last video. So I really wanted to just get something up here, get an update, my experience so far with it. Like I said, I kind of want to get like an Accurite, a Davis. I want to try the other weather stations now, even if it's like a basic model, just to compare like water and wind, things like that. It's like set them all up and see if like wind direction, wind speed, rainfall, like is the haptic sensor more or less accurate than the little spill cup that's in the other ones. I looked up how they do theirs and that's how it was. So I need to compare, get some other models in there. So I'll probably, if I decide to follow through with that, I'll make a video for setting those up, getting those together, and then a video to compare the two over a course of so much time. Yeah. So if there's any more updates, if there's any kind of, if I have to send it back again, I'll make a little update video. Hopefully it won't be 6 months later and like 5 months ago I had a problem kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully I'll get this video uploaded so you can have your update, and stay tuned to the channel. I plan on doing more gadgets and household stuff, you know, see if I can, I don't know. It's what I want to do. I've got a few things in boxes that I've been sitting on for a while now, and I'm like, no, I cannot make another video until I finish my Weatherflow video. And so now it's done. So I can move on to my next project. Let me know in the comments if you've got it, if you've had the same issues I've had, if you had a better experience. Awesome. I know I've had mixed comments of some people saying, yeah, I've heard it's not great. And then one comment's like, no, it's been perfect. I haven't had any problems. It's basically like a beta test I say it's like a beta test for like the first year. I know they said they've put them out there and had them in the field, blah, 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 something like this. But I find, I don't know. Why did I have so many problems if they've been testing it? You know what I mean? Either way, it's done. It's over with. 3 hubs, 2 stations. Problems seem to be fixed now. Which the thing is if that's a firmware thing, and as long as they release this firmware later, you know, hey, they're aware and they're listening. They're fixing the problems. But the big thing to take away from this, I feel, is the customer service. They stand behind their product. They fix it. They replaced it. Now they replaced them, what, 4 times? Like, and then we're not talking like I didn't email them, like didn't hear from them for a month. It was within a week of me emailing them, I had a tracking number for my replacement. So I feel like that's fairly good service. Next question is, would I have done it again? The technology that they put into this is advanced. And I like being a part of this kind of stuff. I like being a part of trying things first, being the first to experience what these are like. Whether my experiences are good or bad, it's still, if we don't support companies that, you know, like the haptic sensor for the rain and the coatings and the sensors and stuff that are in this thing, it's like, you know, it doesn't have the little spinny deal to read wind speed. It senses it. It doesn't have a little cup to measure your rainfall. It's like, if we don't support the companies that take these risks, whether they're good or bad, then no other company is going to want to push forward and be like, you know what, that almost worked. Let's do this a little bit different and it might work better. And then we get a better product in the end. So support companies that take the risk, so that companies that don't want to take the risk can improve on it later. Who knows? It's win-win for everybody in the end. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Later, everybody.